welcome to Flannel Hill Farm. My name is Brittany. Gloves for chick chores. I pulled their water out and dumped whatever bedding and such they get in there. Keep them from jumping out, because now they figured that out, so that's cool. Take their feeder out, and I take all the bedding and nonsense that they've put in there out. And I just pick one brooder cage at a time. When I came in here, the layers were like sleeping, so that's why I went with the meat chickens first. I think yesterday I went with the layers first because the meat birds were actually sleeping, so just all depends on who's awake and who I'm willing to disrupt. After I get all the junk out of there, then you guys need to stay. I think somebody wants to get out on pasture already. Fill up my scoop, and I dump. Fill it up. And then, because I want these guys to forage out on pasture, I am trying to use some feed and kind of put it down on the bedding so that they scratch at it and they forage for it. So this is full. I will take my gallon jug, fill up the waterer, and put it together upside down. So that works like this. You're gonna put the waterer together upside down, and then I leave it. And I will clean out the bedding, put new bedding in, and then start putting everything back in. While keeping these guys inside, not getting out. You, seriously? Hey, go on, go, 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 back up, back up, back up, back up, come on. You guys are, like, persistent. Stop. Stop it. Stop it. Oh. Fine. I have had them jump out, and then I just put them back in, whatever, but it's kind of annoying to be doing it, and then running all over you and trying to get out. I wonder if, would this work? Ow, don't peck me in here. Go over there, get some food. That worked. These guys are getting quite large. Ooh. And my layers are starting to learn that they have wings. Which is, I think, how they're getting up on top of their water. And every one of them already has a fascination with bugs. So they go after bugs, which is good. Okay, so take all or most of the bedding out, depending on how well they're willing to help. And then we put more bedding in. They're going to get on that new bedding and start spreading it around. Because they're so helpful. So, see how big they are now? It's incredible. They got big quick. Quick. Okay. Food, water, bedding, done. Now onto the layers. Now see, they're all awake and active. So now I don't feel so bad waking them up, cleaning their cage. So I do the same thing here. I take the water, and as you can see, there's a bunch of stuff in there. And when I tip it over, it basically all falls out into the bucket. And then I'll take it apart so that I can get in there and really wipe it out, clean it out. Then we take their feeder, same thing, put it on the bucket. Slide it apart and drag whatever they've put in here, bedding, poop, whatever, out. It's basically that top layer I pull off. And then we're gonna fill it with some feed. And a little bit of grit. Slide it back together. And put it off to the side and wait until we're ready for it. We can also fill our water with more water. These guys, their bedding does not get nearly as soiled. I think that's probably because they're still small. And I don't think they scratch down to nothing as much as the Okay, come on. I need to get in that back corner. I need to see what you guys done here. What have you all done in this corner? Okay, thank you. Okay, so this is our rooster. He's fun. He's a fun little guy. And we have this is our little runt. But you can see these guys are filling out with wing feathers already. Beautiful wing feathers and little tail feathers as well. And they are still fully feathered. This is our little runt hen. Here we go. Those were both barred rocks. Let me see. This is a buff Orpington, again with the feathers. They have wing feathers, little tail feathers coming in. So, and I think the flying is what caused them to get on top of the water, which is frustrating at best. So I put some feed down so that they have that, I want them to have that instinct to scratch and search. So I started that right away when I got them. I have added a piece of cardboard in here to try to keep them from getting stuff into their water, which doesn't seem to be helping, but it makes me feel better. And food, they have spot with no lamp, spot with lamp. And they are done. So I put this here just to try to keep them from getting stuck between the bars. And Take 8. So, can you watch where you're going? Those guys are just eating machines. See there, up on here? Can you see that? I thought we had an injury in the meat bird cage, but I don't think we do. I checked them. So, we should be good. And then I will take the soiled stuff over to the compost pile And we will compost that into something we can use. These guys are just gonna be compost makers. So, in other farm news, I don't know. I think we got some more storms coming, so we gotta figure out what we can do pretty quick. Oh, always close your feeds so you don't get critters in your feed. So, take this to the compost pile. Get some, golly, it's wet. I was gonna use whack-a-mole and cut down some of this tall grass. This grass is still pretty wet, and if it's gonna rain again, Big K and I had some steak and made some sweet potato thing. Cut up sweet potatoes and he put some cinnamon on them and some onions and garlic. They were actually pretty good. I never thought about putting onions and garlic on sweet potatoes, but they were good. So we're gonna put this in the compost bin. And then I don't know, the garden looks super wet. The grass is super wet. I don't know. I don't know, y'all. We can, however, look at our beans. Our beans are looking wonderfully. And actually more have sprouted than were already up. So that's cool, but it is very muddy. Very muddy. Wow, is it muddy? Garlic is looking okay. Got some mushrooms growing there, garlic. Gonna have to get out here and weed. If it ever stops raining, so garlic is like rotting. I don't understand. Worked so hard on this garlic too. This one's got some scapes coming up. Look at that. I'll have to cut that off. I believe. And then they should keep growing. Got these little bits of mushrooms down here. I don't know what that's about, but alright, well, this video got a little long for y'all. I could probably go up and cut some more insulation and stuff if it's too muddy to do any work out here. Might be what I do. That all needs to be done too, so. On your way back down the hill, if you wouldn't mind liking, sharing, subscribing, hitting that little bell notification button down there, and be there for the next time we have a video. Every Saturday we do a tool talk. We talk about the tools that we're using on the farm, what we like about them, what we don't like about them. Try to help you decide if you need something like that or come up with an idea of a tool we have that you could use. Right now, we've been talking about the garden and chickens. So tools we use in the garden and tools we use for chickens. Because that's what we're doing right now. So, yeah, I appreciate y'all.